But it's the most decisive. Means he will decide who will qualify.
People has to wear mask after seeing his screen. Or with education, sir, how are you?
Yes, sir. I'm good. How about you, sir?
Good, going on. Jyoti man, how is Gauri joined? Did you also join today? Nice.
Oh, mommy. I want to look at it.
Today table topic masters, so we can expect some new stuff.
Look at
No, sir, it is just general topics.
Just a minute, please.
Madam Jyoti, I think you can
Start?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We are a minute away.
Okay.
Madam Jyoti Junior.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Can I start? Okay. Am I audible?
Very much.
Fellow Toastmasters and respected guests, good evening. Welcome to Mind Academy Toastmaster Club, club number 077-17440, area 53, division L, district 79. My name is Jyoti Balasubramaniam. We are about to commence 21st meeting of Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. To conduct this meeting without any disturbance, I request every one of you to turn off your phone or switch it to silent mode. Your cooperation is highly appreciated. Thank you. The mission of Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and a positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. In Toastmaster, we do not discuss RSP, that's religion, sex, and politics. Therefore, I request you to refrain from these three topics. To preside over this meeting, we have an energetic and efficient Toastmaster who believes to move forward, it is essential to move in the right direction. Yes, fellow Toastmasters and guests, please help me welcome thunderous round of applause our presiding officer for the evening, Toastmaster Balasubramaniam.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Junior, for starting the session amidst certain challenges, but a welcoming one, although. Thank you for your support, Madam Toastmaster Jyoti. Always remember, your focus determines your reality. Almost 2 years back, when I faltered almost 12 times in a badminton court. Post that failure, I was devastated. Alongside the court, my mentor came in and told there was no difference from yesterday. The only thing was you lost your focus. Back in the month of November 2020, the energy for this pack was getting scattered. We were pondering with just 3 DCP points. The club mentor, Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murali, told, if we bring back in the focus, we shall get the coveted 10 DCP points. As we speak today, Mind Academy Toastmasters Club has achieved 10 DCP points and it has attained all the mandatory requirements, and it has been officially declared as President's Distinguished Toastmasters Club. This great forum gives every individual an opportunity to learn, to keep the focus intact. With that, in hindsight, to have our focus built back to our club meetings, let us dwell inside. Before we begin with our education session, let me invite our diligent Toastmaster, our club secretary, Toastmaster Mehul Chauhan, to read the minutes of meetings of our last meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Mehul, sir.
Thank you, President Bala. Here are minutes of meeting number 20, held on 12th April 2021. Meeting was started by Toastmaster Manu Hariharan at 6 o'clock. Toastmaster of the day, Ramishan Nambiar, started the edutainment session with a great zeal, and the theme of the day was coming together is the beginning, keeping together is the progress, working together is success. Word of the day was factotum. In the prepared speech session, Toastmaster Muhammad Irshad presented level 5 project 1, which was evaluated by DTM Murli Krishnan. Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murli presented level 4 project 1, which was evaluated by Toastmaster Bala Subramaniam, and there were various table topics presented. Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murli was the best speaker. Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murli was best TT speaker. Toastmaster Bala and Madam Toastmaster Jyoti were best evaluator. And in the business session, next meeting session assignees were named by VP Education, and meeting was adjourned as scheduled time. Over to you, Bala.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Mehul, sir, for that diligent minutes briefing. Dear club officers, club members, is there any amendment or addition would you like to add up to the just read minutes? If not, just read minutes will be officially recorded as the club meeting minutes for our club's 20th meeting. Thank you. With that note, let me take this opportunity to welcome our Guru, Division D Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Kotishwaran sir for the club session. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster, Mr. President Toastmaster Bala. I'm not Guru, I'm just also a Toastmaster among you. Thank you for the warm welcome.
Thank you, sir. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome our club sponsor, Distinguished Toastmaster Biju CR sir, for our session. Welcome to the session, sir. Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure to welcome our club mentor, Distinguished Toastmaster Anit Kumar sir, for the session. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, dear President Toastmaster.
Pleasure, sir. It gives me pleasure and honor to welcome Distinguished Toastmaster Shibu Xavier sir for our session. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Pleasure always, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Also, I would like to welcome Gavalier Mirza Irshad for the session. Welcome, Gavalier Mirza Irshad. Thank you. Now, it's time to welcome the Toastmaster of the day for the evening. I built up my opening remarks with regards to focus because our Toastmaster of the day is a person who's a focused Toastmaster. Past president of Periyar Toastmasters Club, a happy homemaker, a person who believes in leading from the front when the going is tough. A club mentor, division table topics champion, Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murali. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. President, for that exceedingly pleasing introduction. Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, greetings to all of you. It's my pleasure and privilege in welcoming you all to meeting number 21 of Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. As you all know, the last 2 months were truly exhausting, exhilarating at the same time because of our contest season. We were all stressed and strained about the complicated things revolving around the contest and the preparations. But then we also realize that it is also important to look back into the basics, like the club meetings and the roles that we take up here. It is these simple and basic stuff which make us who we are. And it is these basics that help us achieve our long-term goals. Look at the world around you. The people have become so much concerned with complicated details and new theories, too obsessed with perfection and things that are not in their control. What I would like to suggest is to take a pause and concentrate on simple things in life and try to get back to the basics. Therefore, I have selected the theme of the day as Back to Basics to emphasize the importance of basics. It means returning to the simple and most important things in life, leaving behind the complicated stuff. With that positive note, let us begin today's educational session. Before we move forward, let me announce a few corrections that we have in the agenda today. Since Madam Toastmaster Gauri is not well, she will be replaced by Toastmaster Bala Subramaniam as the evaluator of Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar. Apart from that, I think all the other assignees are the same that we mentioned in the agenda. So to conduct today's meeting successfully, I have a lineup of dedicated and diligent Toastmasters who will be assisting us in conducting the meeting seamlessly without any flaws. Let me introduce each one of the assignees. The first assignee we have is the Grammarian and Wordmaster. The Grammarian and Wordmaster tonight is our very own VP Education, Toastmaster Murli Rao. He is a quality professional and chemist by trade. He has more than 27 years of experience in the industry and has expertise in implementing and maintaining management systems like ISO 9001, RC 14001. A dedicated Toastmaster, a diligent leader, a spontaneous speaker, and an excellent orator. We have seen him in action in all 4 categories in the contest that we witnessed a few months back. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Murli Rao, the Grammarian and Wordmaster tonight. Toastmaster Murli Rao, could you please explain your role as the Grammarian and Wordmaster?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Vijita, for the extremely pleasing introduction. It's my pleasure to welcome all the guests, Madam Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. As grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage, and I will take note of any improper language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts that the Toastmasters will be using. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is predilection. Predilection, it's a noun, a predisposition in favor of something. Like you say, I have a predilection for expensive cars. It also can mean a strong liking. Every one of them imagine the scene, each according to his own predilections. So predilection is based on a Latin verb, prediligere, or prefer before others, which breaks down to pre, which is before, and deligere, choose or love. We often use the word predilection for tendencies that people seem to have been born with, also called as predisposition. If you are a night owl, you probably have a predilection for cities, while morning people tend to prefer the country. So I will encourage all our guests and members to use the word of the day, and I'll give the grammarian report when called upon to do so during the meeting. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Murli Rao. Our next assignee tonight is our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Viju Raghavan. He's our General Evaluator tonight. I'll introduce him in detail during the evaluation session. However, may I request Toastmaster Viju Raghavan to please acknowledge your presence and briefly explain your role as the General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murali. My role as a General Evaluator is to observe each and every steps of this meeting from the beginning till the end of this session. And the second role is to conduct the evaluation session. Thank you. Over to you.
Your voice is not a
I'm sorry. Am I audible? Our next assignee tonight is our timer. He is a person who has a predilection for punctuality. Our club sponsor, a very punctual person who values time the most. He is an engineer by profession, a certified NLP practitioner, a certified life coach, a certified maintenance and reliability professional, club sponsor of Mind Academy Toastmasters Club, currently serving as the Division B Program Quality Director. My mentor, guide, and factotum, DTM Murali Krishnan. DTM Murali Krishnan, could you please acknowledge your presence and explain your role as a timer?
Thank you, Toastmaster, for those very inspiring words. Toastmaster today, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good evening. My role as the timer is to take note of the timings for each session with respect to the speakers in terms of prepared speech session, for the TT speakers, as well as for the evaluators. For the speakers, time allotted today we have 3 level 2 speeches and 1 level 1 speech. For the level 2 speeches, the time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. And for level 1 speech, the time allotted is 4 to 6 minutes. And both of them, they'll be having a grace period of 30 seconds on either side. Coming to the TT speeches, it's 1 to 2 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds on the upper side. And for evaluation, the time allotted is 2 to 3 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds on either side. I'll read out the time taken by each speaker when called upon to do so at the end of each session. Wish you all the very best, and back to you, TMOD.
Thank you, DTM Murali Krishnan. Moving on to our next assignee. He is our table topic master, and he is none other than Toastmaster Mehul Chauhan. I'll introduce him in detail during the table topic session. However, may I request Toastmaster Mehul Chauhan to please acknowledge your presence and briefly explain your role as the table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. My role today is to lead the table topic session. And I hope I don't become the bad person of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehul Chauhan. Last but not the least is our vote counter and Zoom master. The vote counter and Zoom master tonight is Madam Toastmaster Shakambari Chandrasekhar, a BTech graduate who has worked as an IT professional for 12 years, now a happy homemaker and an affectionate and devoted mother for 2 kids. She joined Toastmasters in 2020 with an aim to become a better communicator. She holds a record in our club for being the first person to prove herself as a humorous champion even before delivering her icebreaker at the club. She went on to the division level contest and made us all proud. An immensely talented speaker and communicator. Please help me welcome our vote counter tonight, Madam Toastmaster Shakambari Chandrasekhar. Madam Toastmaster Shakambari, could you please explain your role as the vote counter?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Vijita, the Toastmaster of the day, for the beautiful introduction. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, respected guests, good evening. Today I have a dual role, one as a Zoom master and the other as a vote counter. As the Zoom master, I will be making sure that the meeting progresses without any interruption in an online platform, and the entry of guests and members are controlled in a structured way. Thereby, we have an excellent edutainment evening. As for the vote counter, I will collect and count the ballots when the audience votes for the best speaker, best table topic speaker, and best evaluator. At the end of the meeting, I will announce the winners when called upon to do so. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Shakumbri Chandrasekharan. A huge round of applause to all the assignees tonight. So let's begin our educational session. Are the speakers ready? Yes, I can see all of them are prepared and ready. And as you all know, we have 4 very talented and diligent Toastmasters who are going to present their prepared speeches today. So without much ado, let me begin this educational session. Our first speaker tonight is Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Warrior. She will be attempting her level 2 project 3. DTM Biju CR would be evaluating her. May I request DTM Biju CR to please acknowledge your presence and read out the objectives of the project.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the Day and dear members. Today, our speaker, Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Jain Warrior, is attempting her speech level 2 project 3 from the leadership manual, Toastmasters Mentoring. The purpose of this speech is remember to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. The second purpose is remember to share some aspect of a previous experience as professor. These are the 2 objectives, and time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. Best wishes to speaker, Madam Toastmaster Jyoti. Back to TMO.
Thank you, DTM Biju CR. Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Warrior, a former teacher, now a social worker and quality improvement coach in the palliative care field in India. She is a champion speaker who has made all of us proud, not only at the club area, but also the division level. She is the reigning Division L champion for international speech. We are all waiting to see her perform at the district level as well in a month's time from now. A powerful orator who can make the audience laugh, think, deliberate, all at the same time. Please put your hands together to welcome our first speaker tonight, Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Warrior. Title of her speech, Turning Point. Turning Point, Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Warrior.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. What is mentoring? Is it just guiding someone on the basis of your knowledge and experience? I think it is much more than that. Mentor is helping the prodigy to build skills, meet goals, and grow. Toastmaster of the Day, distinguished guest, and my dear fellow Toastmasters, good evening. When I first joined Palliative Care, I did not have any particular goals. I was still working as a teacher, and Palliative Care was my free time engagement. I joined as a volunteer in the clerical department of my organization and occasionally saw some patients and their families for making socio-economic assessment. I doubt if I actually understood the mission of our organization and the values of the noble work they carried out. It was my mentor, Dr. Divakaran, who helped me explore the possibilities of palliative care in order to set a new goal for me and work for it. As a prodigy, I learned that only my own abilities will enable me to face the challenges of my new journey. What is palliative care? Palliative care is providing care to the terminally ill patients and to the long-term ill patients. Patients are usually taken care of by medical professionals. Dr. Divakaran, a medical professional by himself, and me, I was a teacher. Strange combination, don't you think so? But that's the beauty of palliative care. Palliative care not only encompasses the medical aspects of the suffering of a patient, but also the humanitarian aspect. Imagine a dying person or a person who has become invalid for his or her life. Their families. They do not only have medical issues or physical problems. They undergo psychological, social, financial, and spiritual distress. In order to address these issues, the medical professionals need the help of people from the community, people like you and me. Medical and social interventions can alleviate the suffering of these patients to a large extent. But the substantial and potentially overwhelming challenges these patients and their families face do not always have a solution. Then what can somebody like me or you do? We can sit with them for some time. We can listen to their concerns and issues. We can hold their hand, give a comfortable touch in their journey of hardship. When Dr. Divakaran asked me to conduct a study on the problems of the spouses and children of terminally ill patients, that was the first push in the right direction. It was a chance for me to be someone to voice their issues, to be their advocate. I visited the homes of 45 patients and met their family members in their homes and conducted primary interview. But that was totally exhausting and emotionally draining process. I came back to Dr. Divakaran and said, "Sir, I cannot go back to them without finding solutions to all these issues and problems they discuss with me. What can I do? Find jobs for them? Go to the government for help? Raise funds? Pay out of my pocket? Cry with them?" I was confused. My mentor's immediate response was asking me to stop all the work that I was doing. And he encouraged me to go meet the same 45 patients or their family members when they came to the outpatient clinics to consult the doctor. Very reluctantly and with a lot of guilt, I agreed. But believe me, the next 1 month or two was the time of great revelations. Most of the 45 patients or the family members who came to the outpatient clinics to see the doctor came looking for me, just to say how much they valued the time I spent with them. Most of them invited me back to their home and encouraged me to conduct the study, collect data from them. They were grateful that I cared to listen to them. That was the turning point. My mentor had made me capable of moving out from my comfort zone and focus. From then, I conducted 4 studies in different aspects of the suffering of patients and their family members and presented as free papers in international conferences. My mentor has helped me, trained me to become a mentor myself for college students from my district who wish to join palliative care. And I became a quality improvement coach under his guidance. I have co-authored quality improvement articles with my mentor. This is no longer a time pass for me. Whenever I'm in self-doubt, my mentor encourages me. He reminds me the famous quotes by a social worker, Cicely Saunders. You matter because you are you. Even in Toastmastering, I'm fortunate to find mentors with the same caliber and approach. They taught me that I don't get what I wish for. I have to work for what I wish for. Predilection is not enough. Always live your life with full conviction. Challenge yourself. Be confident and be self-driven. And as Oprah Winfrey has rightly said, a mentor is someone who helps you to see the hope in yourself and grow. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
That was an excellent speech, Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Warrior. Very inspiring indeed. Thank you so much. Now let's move on to our second speaker tonight. She is none other than Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar. She will be attempting her level 2 project 1. DTM Anit Kumar would be evaluating her. May I request DTM Anit Kumar to please acknowledge your presence and read out the objectives of the project.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, everyone, once again. Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar is attempting her level 2 project 1. And the purpose of this project is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership style. And also the purpose of this speech is for the member to have some aspect of his or her primary leadership style or styles to discuss the leadership styles in general. The time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. And all the very best to Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, DTM Anit Kumar. Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar, she is a former teacher at ISG Bail, a very creative person who loves to learn something new at every given opportunity. She is currently serving as our VP Public Relations of our club. Our magazine, Musings of the Mind, is just a small example of our limitless creative capabilities. A dedicated Toastmaster, an ardent reader, and an excellent communicator who is right now answering her granddaughter's call for help when she dialed M for mother. Okay, please put your hands together to welcome our second speaker tonight, Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar. Title of her speech is Failure is an Option. Failure is an option. Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Vijita Murli. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, Madam.
Jeff Bezos, the Amazon CEO, says that his company's growth and innovation were built on its failures. Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, good evening. I was just out of college. Young, confident, and with dreams are many, I joined the sales firm of an office. Joining sales those days was traveling a bit outside the dotted line for young women those days. But I could not imagine myself at a desk job doing mundane chores day in and day out. So I worked hard, was tops at my product knowledge, creative at my sales pitch, and a good team player. It was perfect. A new product was launched. It was a sellout in my area, following which I was instantly promoted to area sales manager with 4 young sales officers under me. I was just 21. I knew how to work in a team instinctively, but leading a team was a different ball game altogether. But I appreciated the challenges and took it on. To a great extent, it was my father's proud encouragement which goaded me to rise to the occasion. So here I was a day after my promotion, waiting at the contact point for my sales officer. It was a slum in Mumbai, a place I was actually visiting for the first time. The guy never turned up, and I had to cover the beat solo. Looking back, I think that it was mighty courageous of me. By the end of the day, I received a telegram saying that the sales officer had resigned. To cut the story short, all the 4 officers gave me a hug. And by the end of the month, I felt that I had failed in my responsibilities to lead the team. And without meeting any of my superiors, I put across my resignation via a telegram. I shut my ears to my director's plea to meet him. I had decided that it was the end of the road for me in sales. It pained my father, but he never questioned my decision. My situation could be better explained by the fact that my leadership style veers towards the affiliative, with emphasis on teamwork, personal relationships, harmony, and avoidance of conflict. Today I wish I had explored the situation differently. Failure may well have been the outcome of my journey. Failure might be what I would have discovered ultimately. But in the midst of the journey, I could have learned how to improve myself, how to recover, how to better myself. Friends, why is the fear of failure, such a taboo? This reminds me of a famous Mohanlal movie where he constantly quips, I am BCom first class, but Dasan here, he's pre-degree fail. Why cannot winning and failing both be a natural consequence in life? My granddaughter, all of 2 months, is such an ace at communicating creatively. She has a cry for each of her needs, a different cry, a fuss for a clean, a cuff for a feed, and she keeps at it till she gets what she wants. And it is then that I realize that it is with this resilience that the Creator has sent us to this world. But when we meet successful leaders, do we ask them to share their failures? We don't, right? We only want to learn from their wins. Why? Because most of us live in a constant fear of mistakes and disappointments. Mr. Sridhar Vembu, the CEO of the billion-dollar Zoho Corporation, is a leader who has inspired me greatly in recent times. Mr. Vembu took a life-changing decision when he moved from the United States to Madalamparai, a nondescript village near Tengasi in the picturesque Western Ghats, where Zoho set up their office in November 2019. Folks cannot fathom what a tough decision that must have been for Mr. Vembu. His motive while moving was to get a better quality of life and to realize his dream of improving the hinterlands. Mr. Vembu says that his leadership style revolves around a lot of radical empathy. Radical empathy is actively striving to better understand and share the feelings of others. Mr. Vembu's story, his bold decisions, his healthy, stress-free life in Tengashi, and his backward integration into Zoho schools are the stuff that dreams are made of. But the point I wish to make here is that creativity and innovation cannot bloom in organizations where the leader is not prepared to fail. For Mr. Vembu, creating the permission to fail was the energizer which led to his success. So dear Toastmasters, do consider failure as an option. Successful leaders worldwide urge their employees and the companies to make more mistakes, embrace more failures. Because unless you're not prepared to fail, you're not prepared to learn. Be prepared to face the fear of failure. When the going gets tough, push yourself to the finish line because the show must go on. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambia. That was indeed a very inspiring one. Let's move on to our third speaker tonight. Our third speaker is Toastmaster Rameshan Nambiar. He is attempting his level 2 project 1. Toastmaster Balasubramaniam will be evaluating him. May I request Toastmaster Balasubramaniam to please acknowledge your presence and read out the objectives of the project.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. The speaker is attempting his level 2 project 1. The purpose of this project is for the member to identify his primary leadership styles. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of his primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. The speech time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to Toastmaster Rameshan sir. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Balasubramaniam. Toastmaster Rameshan Nambiar is a wonderful speaker, a great communicator, someone who puts in more than 100% in everything that he does, be it his assignments as the TMOD or the TT Master, or bringing in a lot of variety in his speeches. Every topic that he chooses is informative and has something new to teach us. Be it his speech on biomimicry or a speech on how mobile phones function. I'm sure that each and every one of us remember each and every speech that this gentleman has delivered in our club. So please put your hands together to welcome our third speaker tonight, Toastmaster Rameshan Nambiar. Title of his speech, My Leadership Journey. My Leadership Journey, Toastmaster Rameshan Nambiar.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy, this is physics, said Albert Einstein. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guest, a warm good evening to all of you. From Mahatma Gandhi to Mukesh Ambani to Mahendra Singh Dhoni, it is apparent that there are different kinds of leadership styles employed by leaders all over the world. I believe in a transformational leadership style. My early leadership role started when I was a class 3 student. I happened to be the class and school leader in my village primary school from class 3. All my teachers lived in the same vicinity and had agricultural farms. Therefore, during the farming period, when the teachers were busy in their farms, I was entrusted with the task of maintaining discipline in class. The fellow students had no say but to obey my orders. This role helped me to become stronger in might, but I felt lonely since most of the fellow students stayed away from me. This was my first style of leadership, the autocratic style, and I enjoyed this style till the end of my primary schooling in Pattuvam. This style is still widely followed in military and police force and in business organizations with low-skilled workers. I adopted a democratic style of leadership during my high school and college days when I was closely associated with students' organizations. The democratic style of leadership greatly interested me because it helped me to interact with fellow students, teachers, professors, politicians, and government officials. After my studies, I joined a small chemical company in Mumbai. As a fresh graduate, new to the industry, new to the place and away from my family, it was a challenging situation for me. I was one among the top in the organizational hierarchy of a small company, responsible for achieving organizational goals of getting product approval and providing direction to other members to achieve their objectives. Following an authoritative style of leadership paid off well here, as the product found its place in the warehouses of multinational pharma companies like Glaxo, Johnson & Johnson, Sandoz, etc., within my short tenure of 18 months with the company. My next job was in a public sector company. It was a big company with different products and different organizational goals. Since bureaucracy is a permanent mechanism in any government organization, I had to make sure that all activities are carried out in accordance with the rules and regulations and through proper channels. In order to ensure this, a bureaucratic style of leadership was adopted. This is one of the most appropriate leadership style where the rules are very stringent, and when we deal with toxic material. I felt this style a little monotonous over a course of time, since it lacks creative thinking and out-of-box approach in product rebranding, which forced me to look out for a change. I joined in a firm which enjoyed a technology transfer partnership with one of the pharmaceutical giants in the US. My role was to implement the total quality system, starting from the recruitment of quality team members, setting up a sophisticated laboratory, and operational qualification of the systems as part of the project and commissioning. I returned to the democratic style of leadership because of my predilection for it. However, within 2 weeks, I realized that it was not the appropriate style of leadership for a project where we need to meet the target dates and switch to my authoritarian style, which helped me to complete the operational qualification of the quality lab 30 days in advance. When we have a very competent team members, we have to utilize them effectively, and therefore, once again, I started following the democratic style, which clearly helped to improve further. Later, it was a magic with a motivated team that helped to complete the technology transfer of quality system well ahead of time. Later on, I had to adopt bureaucratic style too, once it was decided to go for certification of management systems and FDA approval. So basically, it was a combination of authoritative, democratic, and bureaucratic style of leadership that I followed here. I moved to Saudi Arabia to my current organization with the expertise and experience I gained through the years. It was a new company with a new product concept, and the position was really challenging. With my multiple role in quality control, quality assurance, technical support, technical marketing, and strategy development, I have to follow multiple leadership styles like authoritative, democratic, strategic, and transactional to ensure the contribution to the bottom line of the business, the profit. I feel that my transformational style of leadership encourages, motivates, and supports the employees in my current position. Although the above approaches are often used, there is not one right way to lead that fits all situations. Before you decide the right fit for you, recognize yours and your team's skills and ask yourself, what are you trying to achieve? All businesses are run for profit, and one has to make a correct combination of leadership styles to maximize profit and employee empowerment. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar. That was indeed a very inspirational and informative one. We got to know the insights of leadership, and you took us through the different styles of leadership so wonderfully well. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar. Let's move on to our fourth speaker tonight, Toastmaster Mohammad Irshad. He is attempting his icebreaker level 1 project 1 of his second part. DTM Shibu Xavier would be evaluating him. May I request DTM Shibu Xavier to please acknowledge your presence and read out the objectives of the project.
And Toastmasters today, fellow Toastmasters, good evening.
Good evening.
Toastmaster Mohammad Irshad is going to deliver his icebreaker speech in pathways. The purpose of this project is to introduce yourselves to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Time allotted is 4 to 6 minutes. Best wishes to Toastmaster Mohammad Irshad And back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Shibu Xavier. Toastmaster Mohammad Irshad is a storyteller, a chess champion, a badminton lover, a passionate Toastmaster, and he is currently serving as the VP membership of our club. He was also the vice chair of the magazine committee at the DELC 2021 magazine committee. Please put your hands together to welcome our fourth speaker tonight, Toastmaster Mohammad Irshad. Title of his speech, Who Am I? Who Am I? Toastmaster Mohammad Irshad.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Thank you. If someone asks you a question, who are you? What comes in your mind first? Your job, your qualification, your family, your place of birth. Whether you answer any one or all of this, will you be happy at the end? I doubt. Because we normally fail to answer straight the question asked. Toastmasters of the day, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, a warm good evening to all. Let me prove it through a small test today. I'll ask you some simple questions and let's see what answer you get to reply for this. Question number 1. How do you put an elephant inside the fridge? How do you put an elephant inside the fridge? Answer is very simple. Open the fridge, put the elephant inside and close the fridge. Very nice. Question number 2. How do you put a giraffe inside the fridge? How do you put a giraffe inside the fridge? Open the fridge, put the giraffe inside. Sorry, wrong answer. The correct answer is open the fridge, take out the elephant and put the giraffe inside. See, we have to see what we are answering. We don't want to hide things. Question number 3. The Lion King called for a conference meeting in the jungle, and all the animals and birds are attending the meeting, except one animal. You know which one is that? Which is giraffe, because giraffe is still in the fridge. The 4th question. There is a river, which we need to cross the river for the emergency. But the river is full of crocodiles. And unfortunately, there is no boat available today. How do we manage? See, we don't want to skip things. All animals and birds are attending the meeting. So there is no crocodile available today. You can jump into the river and swim and cross the river. Easy. So through this, you would have understood how to give an answer. The question is, who are you? I am Irshad. Simple. If you want to know further answer, you should ask the second question. Similarly, I have a question today which you have to ask yourself, which is, who am I? When you ask who am I to yourself, you will get different answers every time you ask this question. Who am I? I am Irshad. Born and brought up in Delamere. It's a beautiful village. Close to Jadayu, the Earth Center, which is a beautiful and a recent spot, like a tourist spot. My father was a teacher, my mother was a homemaker. We were 4 members. And as soon as after graduation, immediately we have started a small business. And I have 4 very close friends together joined and started the business. Fortunately or unfortunately, immediately after starting the business, our friends were start getting the job, so they all start joining. So we forced to close it. Sorry, the question is, who am I? Oh, I joined with Yokogawa India 2020. Sorry, 2000. Within very short span of time, the company started expanding. And I was promoted as admin manager. Then I was moved to air manager. Who am I? That is the question. Who am I? Yes, my passion was to become a sportsman. I studied karate. Then I went for badminton. I was a very good player. I got chess championship with many prizes. My family, my wife, who am I? See, whenever you ask this question, you get different type of answers every time you ask the question. I recommend every one of you stand up every day morning in front of the glass, ask this question. You will know the magic of the question. Whenever you ask this question to yourself, you will get different answers about yourself. This question is very old as human mind. But whenever you start asking this question, you will know that this is a very new and very strange question for you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohammad Irshad. That was an interesting icebreaker, I would say. So that brings us to the end of the prepared speech session. Can I have the timer's report, please?
Good evening, Toastmaster Day. Toastmaster Jyoti Jain Warrior took 7 minutes 5 seconds. Toastmaster Meera Nambiar took 6 minutes 36 seconds. Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar took 7 minutes 56 seconds. And Toastmaster Mohammad Irshad took 4 minutes 46 seconds. All speakers except Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar, they are qualified.
Thank you, DTM Murli Krishnan. So for our audience members, all except Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar have qualified. You will be receiving a poll very shortly. Please do vote for the best speaker, keeping in mind the objectives of the project that they were attempting today. So meanwhile, let's move on to the next session, which is the most exciting part of any Toastmasters meeting, the table topic session. And to conduct tonight's table topic session, we have a dedicated Toastmaster, a champion humorous speaker. All of you got your polls. You can vote. I'll give you a second for that. I presume all of you have done your voting. So let's continue. To conduct tonight's table topic session, we have a dedicated Toastmaster, a champion humorous speaker, currently serving as our club secretary, Toastmaster Mehul Chauhan. He is a chemical engineer who hails from Gujarat, currently working as a senior process engineer at Sadara Chemical Company. His interest varies from philosophy to education to coaching, and his hobbies include traveling, cooking, and gardening. He joined Toastmasters to improve his public speaking skills and his coaching skills. Please put your hands together for our table topic master, Toastmaster Mehul Chauhan. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Vijita Madam, for such a pleasing introduction. Thanks again. Fellow Toastmaster, distinguished guest, and my dear friends. My role as a table topic tonight is basically a devil's role in many Toastmaster meetings, as I understood. But I will try to make it as interactive and as edutaining as possible. The goal. Are you able to see my screen before I move on? Okay. As we say that if there is no goal, you really cannot move further. So for the goal of table topic today evening is to relax. Number one, don't be panicked. Don't go below your table when I present the topic. It's okay to share, not to share, or share something which is your experience. So relax and present. Number two, share your personal experience or story. Here is no judgment. It's your personal story or your speech. The goal is to quickly organize the idea and to present within a very short span of time a meaningful message. I would recommend to follow introduction, body, and conclusion pattern of this in the speech, and try to use the word of the day. Okay, I I built the environment for the table topic session, and I would request everyone and encourage everybody to raise your hands for the table topic session when I present the topic. As the theme of today is back to basics, and what are the basics of a human being? Basics of a human being are emotion. So my two topics are based on the emotion, and remaining one or two is based on kind of current affairs. Okay, so the first topic of today is whenever I feel happy, so this is about the happiness, I speak to. Fill out your name and make sure you describe why you speak to that particular person. What quality motivates you to speak to that person? So I hope the topic is clear. Is anybody taking this topic? Okay. I'm sorry if I cannot get who is raising the hand, but when the best in the business in the meeting, then I have no other choice to go for. So I will pick up the name, and that will be none other than mentor of Mind Academy Toastmaster Club, Anit Kumar. Would you please attempt this table topic? Because it is always a melody to listen to Anit Cheta.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, for giving me this opportunity. Whenever I feel happy, it's very simple. I will feel to speak to my daughter always. She haven't started speaking till now. She only gives out sounds like ba 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 ba, like that and all. But you know, the thing is, seeing her face itself, seeing her smile itself, it's so carefree. She doesn't worry about anything. All she worries is the time to get the food and the time for her sleep. Only that much is the worry that she have. So that will ease out whatever things you have. So whenever I feel, even whenever I feel sad or whenever I feel happy, always I feel to speak to my daughter, and that will bring out more energy. It will draw the energy from my daughter into me, and this is something which is really it's beyond explanation. It's something that's a feeling. That feeling is beyond explanation, and I'm sure that all of you might have had that feeling when you speak to your toddler. That kind of energy that you get, the kind of happiness that is drained to you, that is something which no words can explain. So whenever I feel happy, this is the particular thing. I just, even if I'm not able to see her right now, if I just close my eyes and then I imagine her face, that's more than enough. And I can speak to her even though she is not physically present with me. I can speak to her again and again for no matter how many times. This language is only being, she understands that, I understand that, and that's what it matters. So once again, I would like to reiterate saying that whenever I feel happy, I would like to speak to my daughter. Back to
you. Thank you, Anit sir. That was really touching. Okay, the next topic for today is on the same lines, the emotions. Whenever I feel sad or low, I speak to dash dash dash, describe why. Is anybody would like to attempt? Okay, I would. Is Madam Beena here? Madam Beena, can you acknowledge your presence?
Yes, I am present.
Okay, Madam Beena, if you can try this topic. I hope the topic is very simple and clear. Whenever I feel sad, I speak to
Okay.
your somebody, and then
Okay.
you describe why. Okay.
I
Over
will
to you.
try. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Actually, when I am sad, I am just talking to myself, because I think that in your low period, you should not take anyone's support and gather that energy itself. So you will come back or get up very strongly. It's my belief. So in a low period, I avoid to talk with anyone. I just talking to myself, and after that relaxation, I talk with my family member. So now at that time, weak moment is gone. So that is my point. That's it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Veena madam, for attempting.
Okay, thank you very much.
Who could be a best supporter of yourself when you are supporting yourself as strong as a pillar? Very nice attempt. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, and now the third one. This is definitely going to touch many people. Smartphone before going to bed or immediately after you awake? Emotions and why? Or smartphone before going to bed or after you awake? Why? If nobody is attempting, I will pick. Is Gavelier is Gavelier Hadil here? And can you please acknowledge your presence? Or Gavelier Mirza, would you like to? Mirza, I don't think he has a phone yet.
Nahul sir, I think both of them are out actually. So
okay,
let me try this. Let me try this. On behalf of Mirza and Hadil, let me take this.
Okay.
Good evening, TT Master. The subject is smartphone before going to bed or after awake. See, nowadays, smartphone is everything. Without smartphone, we cannot go to bed, we cannot wake up. See, everything. Example, if you want to know whether you are awake, through the phone you will know. Whether if you are online, if you are offline, then you are gone. So everything now depends upon the smartphone. Unfortunately, like now, we know where the people, wherever the people around the world will be known through the smartphone. We are addicted to this one way or other way, and we cannot avoid smartphone also. And I really agree with this, like smartphone before or before going to the bed or after a week, with both the time, this is going to be a must nowadays. We don't want to hide. Like if somebody telling, sorry, I will be keeping 2-3 hours before, or immediately after a week, I will not be using it. Those are lie. I don't trust it because that much we are addicted to smartphone. Okay, I agree with this point. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Okay, thank you very much. With this, do we have Toastmaster of the day? Do we have time for one more short, or we just finish?
Mr. President, what do you think? Do we go for one more topic?
Or how are we doing with time?
We are at 8 o'clock. I think we can go for one more topic.
If we have topic, maybe we can go for one more, Madam Toastmaster.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
We can go with one more.
Yeah, since we are on an education platform, this is a really simple one that face-to-face learning or online learning? Which one is better? This is also connected to back to basics theme, that we go back to the way we were learning initially, or we move to the online learning. And for this one, the guru is in the meeting. So I would like to request Koteshwaran sir to please put some thoughts on this one.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are, sir.
Table topic master, fellow Toastmasters, good evening. In all our life, what you are talking about is the communication. The basic rule of communication is have a good eye contact. That's what normally we practice. When you have the eye contact, definitely it shows our confidence. So when you have the face-to-face learning, it's not only the learning what we are on the subject, what we learn, and also we learn among the students, their own emotions, their family problems, how they are facing the challenges. The competitiveness will be in a much higher platform when you have the face-to-face challenges. That's why even if you want to read, you can have correspondence courses or virtual courses. You can all over life you can have it. But unfortunately, why we are recommending to go to the school, why we are recommending to go to the colleges, where we need to have even the Toastmasters forum. And when you talk about, especially on the public speaking, it's very, very simple. We need to face the audience. When you have the nervousness, it will be just removed when you have the face-to-face learning. Even Toastmaster is also, I consider it as a learning, how to appear in front of the public. Now, when you're talking about the virtual learning, even if you have thousands of people in front of you, you are simply seeing the camera, the emotions, everything is going to be stable. It's a constant, the same line. But if you just imagine, if you are going in front of a big auditorium, then your presentation, your own skills will be developed. So that's why we are adopting the situation as of today, because there is no option for it. But when the options are coming up, always we need to go to the classrooms and we need to have the face-to-face learning. We need to experiment in the different ways. So in conclusion, I would like to say that face-to-face learning is always adding the value compared with the online learning or the virtual learning when the chances are given. Thank you very much, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Tabletop Master.
Thank you, Koteshwaran sir, for sharing the excellent perspective on the topic. With this, I would like to end the table topic session for tonight. I would like to thank each and every one who attempted the topic, and it was really interesting to see different perspective. I like the organization of the thoughts that you have. I would like to request timer DTM Murli sir to please share the time taken by each.
TT Master, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good evening once again. First speaker DTM Anit Kumar took 1 minute 40 seconds. Madam Beena took 57 seconds. Toastmaster Mohammed Irshad took 1 minute 8 seconds. And DTM Koteshwaran took 2 minutes 18 seconds. All except Madam Beena are qualified. Back to you, TT Master.
Okay, thank you very much. And I would request Zoom Master to please arrange the poll for the best TT speaker. And with this, I would like to conclude the TT session. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murli.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mehul Chauhan. That was indeed a very engaging table topic session. A round of applause to all the table topic speakers and our table topic master tonight. It was a wonderful attempt everyone had attempted, and special congrats to Madam Beena. I know that it was her very first try at table topics, and it was indeed worth mentioning, Madam Beena. You are at the right platform, and I'm sure that we are going to see a great Toastmaster emerging from you. So we look forward to having you on board very soon. So let's move on. Thank you, ma'am. Let's move on to our next session, which is our evaluation session. Bill Gates once said, we all need people who will give us feedback. That's how we improve. Evaluations in Toastmasters gives you the feedback you need to improve and advance your skills. A member speaks and receives verbal and written feedback from others and then uses those to improve his next speech. The evaluator's goal is to give the speaker constructive feedback that will help him improve. So to conduct tonight's evaluation session, we have with us Toastmaster Viju Raghavan. He is currently working for Madain in its Northern Border plant as process trainer, VP Education of Madain Al Shamal Toastmaster Club. He was also the past VP Education of Periyar Toastmasters Club. And a very important thing that I would like to mention here is the way he introduced a new concept called Knowledge Center during his tenure as the VP Education in Periyar Toastmasters Club. It was a trendsetter of sorts, and it saw all the members. They came into the meeting with a lot of energy and enthusiasm. It was a real hit among the Toastmasters community back then. So he is a prodigious speaker, an excellent leader, and a great mentor. Please help me welcome our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Viju Raghavan. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Vijita, for that wonderful introduction. Thank you very much for remembering the Knowledge Center days back in Periyar Toastmaster Clubs. Thank you once again. When we say about evaluation session, I always name it as or call it as feedback session. When we say about feedback session, I remember the days back when I started my career, I used to go attend interview here and there in companies. See, always at the end of the day, rather than getting a reply, we will let you know. Normally, that is the reply we get from the interviewers at the end of the session. But we never get a feedback about what was good, what was bad about that. Maybe after joining the company, sometimes you will get. But interviews, we may not get that feedback. I used to wonder how I was performing. What would have been my performance there? I used to get in the initial days. Then when I started career with some organization, that later attended some other interviews, then personally I asked the interviewer at the end of the session about the feedbacks. Surprisingly, some of them gave good feedbacks. So that is the way, if you seek for feedbacks, it is always helping you to improve upon in further interviews. Similar is our case here in Toastmasters too. When you receive the feedbacks, when you take up positively for further improvement, it improves your speaking skills or your leadership skills will be improving further. Okay, with this note, I would like to introduce my first evaluator, Toastmaster, to evaluate Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Jain Barrier's level 2, project 3. I invite DTM Biju CR. DTM Biju CR, he was the past president of Periyar Toastmaster Club and area director. Let me welcome DTM Biju CR.
Thanks for the introduction, General Evaluator Toastmaster Viju. Good evening, Mr. General Evaluator, dear Toastmasters and Madam Toastmaster Jyoti in particular. Good evening. Congratulations, Madam Toastmaster Jyoti, for successfully completing the project level 2, project 3. And let me start with a mentor sayings. Without mentors, life would have been no meaning. Without mentees, mentors will have no existence, nor will they develop themselves further. So it is the mentor, both are the mentor and mentee is both are mutually benefited each other. And when you start the speech title, the turning point, as self-explanatory, and speech is a turning point in your life, that we got a hint in advance. And your speech is, for one word, I can say it's really inspiring. You met all the objectives for this project is concerned. And I'm impressed about the following aspects about you as a speaker. That is your confidence in speaking and the graceful delivery with conviction. Your personal story in the speech is always interested to all the audience to listen more. That was the impressive thing. And you are having a very good storytelling capability as a speaker. Congratulations. And the content was from your original thought from the personal life, and how you become a palliative care personnel, and how that poise and the affection and the compassion was inculcated in you, and the mentor, Dr. Divagaran, how he has mentored you. This was very interesting to listen for every one of us. And you started your opening and conclusion, both were impressive. As a speaker, that is very important thing. You have to connect the audience from the beginning and the end of the speech in the conclusion, something to carry away. That is also, you met both these objectives. And you started the speech with a question to audience. It's a very good way of connecting with audience. That is what is mentoring. So, and you continued with that, it is not sharing the experience, build the goal and grow. So you made a statement from the beginning itself. And it was very convincing. And as a Dr. Divagaran, as your mentor, how was he as a processor, how he mentored this? That was very interesting to listen from you. It was a real life story. And as a speaker, for better speaker, and for every speech there is some betterment points. For here, I would like to see for two important points as a recommendation. One is I felt sometimes you miss the eye contact, and maybe your lack of practice, or you were incidentally looking the downside. So when you speak, directly contact the camera. Never change that view from the camera. That will little distracting. And there is a lack of pause in sometimes in some sentences. We are feeling it is you are hurrying it, especially in the starting itself. You told what is mentoring. Immediately you start speaking that continuation. So that was a little bit with that you are a good speaker with the confidence and storytelling capability. With these improvements, you can be a better speaker. Over to you, back to General Violet.
Thank you, DTM Vijusia, wonderfully conducting that evaluation session. Next, we have another DTM Anit Kumar. He was past president of Peria Toastmaster Club and our current area director. Let me welcome Toastmaster DTM Anit Kumar for evaluating Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar's speech, level 2, project 1.
Am I audible?
Welcome.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, audible.
Okay. Fear has two meanings: forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. And after listening to Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar's speech, I got a strong predilection to face everything and rise. Such was the impact. Mind blown. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar in particular, a warm good evening to you all. Indeed, the show must go on, isn't it, Madam Toastmaster Meera? So what a speech, ladies and gentlemen. Please give her a thunderous round of applause for delivering such a powerful speech with absolute clarity and conviction. Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar began the speech with a quote from the Amazon CEO: "Growth is built on failures." She then transitioned smoothly to her personal story and explained about the struggles she faced early in her career and how she succumbed to the failure. She further explained about the resilience of her granddaughter and connected to an international story as well about the CEO of Zoho Corporation, a well-crafted speech. She had amazing body language, voice modulation, pauses, excellent diction, and usage of anecdotes. Some of the use like different ball game, end of the road for me in sales. These all points towards her absolute command over the English language. The conclusion was indeed very powerful. There was a message, a call to action, and it was a perfect speech altogether. I thoroughly enjoyed listening to it. Now, in Toastmasters, we are here for improvement, and as the evaluator, I have a few points that if you could note down, you could elevate this speech. One, with respect to delivery and your diction, I don't have any recommendations. I have already mentioned it was absolute classic. But related to scripting, if you have just explained a little bit more that how you tried to overcome this failure. So that kind of message, you may say said a little bit of point that about that your granddaughter showing the resilience, but if you could have elaborated how it have inspired you to come out of the failure, then it would have added value. The second one, which I would like to emphasize on, is the purpose of the project. The purpose of the project is identifying your style. So if in that particular way, I think you have missed the train. If you could have just focused on how you could identify your style and have connected it by using this style, how you could overcome this failure, how you could overcome the fear of failure by applying this style. So it would have connected to this, and then it would have taken the speech to sync with the objective. I thoroughly enjoyed your speech. I am a fan of yours. The command over the language is absolutely amazing. So just continue your tempo and just focus on a little bit of this recommendation, specifically the point where you need to emphasize on how you can overcome or how the call to action can be implemented. Then I'm sure that you will reach the next level and become the international champion for sure. Back to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Anit Kumar, for that wonderful feedback and the recommendations given to Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar. Let us go to the third evaluator, our own president, Toastmaster Bala, evaluating the project of Toastmaster Ramesh Nambiar. Let me welcome Toastmaster Bala.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Am I audible, sir?
Audible.
Thank you, sir. It's not the wisest of the species which survive. It's not the strongest of the species which survive. It's the species which tends to change survives. Not only validates for human beings, it also validates for leader. That was a great presentation, Toastmaster Ramesh sir. General Evaluator and distinguished guest, a good evening to one and all present over here. It was a symphonatic speech presented by a great presenter, Toastmaster Ramesh sir. Let me take this opportunity to evaluate this informative yet persuasive speech of Toastmaster Ramesh sir. As they say, well begun is half done. You set the stage in a beautiful way by setting the ball rolling, by equating great leaders, how they had their style, and you started off from there, pitching in the way you started your journey. That's how they set a stage, as they say in cinematography. That's how you start your revealing moment in a storytelling moment. Story is all about emotions. Although you have inculcated all the requirements for your project, but still you presented with a great emotive content as part of your project presentation. That's how you mix. That was a classic concoction of method to melody, adding flavor to what you deliver. You scripted it in such a way, thereby the structuring was picture perfect, starting from your early age till where you are now. That is how you transact your audience from class A to class Z. Well, as an audience, it was like having a walk under a drizzling sky. It was great listening to you. Clarity, structuring happens out to be your standout feature as a presenter, Toastmaster Ramesh sir. But as they say, what's in there for me to improve? Well, the same point applies. What's in there for me as an audience is what is mostly an audience will be taking home from your message. After your presentation, if you have persuaded me a notch further, saying that how I should be looking for to be dynamic when I approach a leadership aspect, well, I think I would have taken back as a strong message. You were connecting to me through your gestures, but had you delivered by standing up and emoting it further, I think it would have been a delight taking back home. Horses for courses, as they say. Yes, even leaders have to be sticking to the same principle. You should be having your hat based upon the role and domain you're taking in. That is indeed was the prelim domain in which you're talking to us, with an excellent story and emotion, with this points of having more connection to the audience by more better gestures, and also with what I should be taking back home will be a delight, as always, a puzzle story. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bala, wonderfully conducting that evaluation, saying, starting from body language or this is systematic, rhythmically moving, and explaining a lot about the speech and the delivery and crafting. Thank you very much. Well done. Next is the last evaluator for the Toastmaster, Irshad Muhammad. We have another DTM. This gentleman got a very good golden opportunity in sense he got the DTM title along with his better half. He was lucky enough to receive both of the couples got at the same day. So let us welcome Toastmaster DTM Shibu Xavier to evaluate the icebreaker speech of Muhammad Irshad. Welcome, DTM Shibu.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator, for that nice words. Mr. General Evaluators, fellow Toastmasters, especially Toastmaster Muhammad Irshad. Once again, a very warm good evening to one and all. Congratulations for successfully completed icebreaker speech in pathways. The first thing I was noticed in your speech is your speech title. Who am I? You had given a chance to us to think that even before your speech with an indirect question. Do you know who I am? Add title for an icebreaker. What other title you can give better than this? The second thing was so amazing that your certain sense of humor. All those questions indicate that you have built-in humor talents. Let me tell you the areas in your speech which I like most. As TMOD mentioned while introducing you, that you have vast ability to narrate and speak stories. Of course, I would agree the same. Loved it. It is the best way to convey the message easily if you sprinkle some humor somewhere and there. The other thing which I noticed is that the speech like an interaction session. Series of questions. You always engage me just like a magician. Thank you. If you are going to challenge yourself, I have a couple of suggestions to improve your speech in a better level. Since you are delivering icebreaker speech, I was expecting a bit more about you. You could have elaborate about your hobbies and even dreams. I think you had lack of it. Since your speech duration was only 4 minutes, 46 seconds, I would say it's quite short. As talent speaker like you could have spoken a little more. We were all expecting that from you. Overall, I really loved your calm, composed, natural confidence, and even delivery. Hope to hear more speeches from you. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Shibu Xavier, for wonderfully conducting that evaluation. And thank you for your recommendations and feedbacks. Thank you very much. Next is the table topic evaluation. I have my own responsibility to do the table topic evaluation. Our first speaker, DTM Anit Kumar, the subject was, when I feel happy, I speak to my own daughter. Without any second thought, you have done it, you have spelled it out very clearly that your daughter is the inspiration. Very elaborately, you support your words, supported that, okay, why you get inspired through your smiles or the noises of your daughter. You explained very well. Your feelings were expressed through your words, the energy and happiness that you are getting through. Well done. You concluded that with the conclusion that you expressed the feelings and emotions very well. Thank you for wonderfully attempting this table topic. The next speaker, our guest, Madam Bina. When you feel sad, whom do you speak? Very well. Interesting. I speak to myself. That was very wonderful answer. And in support to that, you said, why I do talk to myself. So you get that satisfied. Then your speech, you very first itself, you gave the answer. Then you are supporting words about why you talk to yourself. And my recommendation about you is that you had enough time to conclude it well. When you have a speech, that when you have a topic in front of you, you begin with an introduction, then you have the body, then try to make conclusion, re-emphasizing why I opted it. So that is the way. Thank you very much. And our third speaker, Toastmaster Ishat. Smartphone before going to bed or after awaking. So smartphone, you just mentioned it. Smartphones is an inevitable part of our day-to-day life. So you emphasize with the supporting evidence that, okay, agreeing for smartphone users before or after. Then you are concluding words about saying that it's somebody saying, I do not follow this, they are foolish, that you very smartly you emphasized it. Thank you very much. My recommendation is, again, this is a good topic. You could have elaborated a little more and the time management could have been possible. And the fourth speaker, DTM Kodisharan, face-to-face or online. DTM Kodisharan, sir, you started why you are saying that face-to-face, and you emphasize what is the current situation in schools, colleges, and examples taken from this platform. Of course, from what we face in the Toastmaster also today, online platforms we utilize, but the eye contact, that is the basic rule of communication is eye contact. That was the emphasis you made in the word. That itself is giving importance to why you chose face-to-face, and you concluded it very properly. Thank you all. Thank you for wonderfully conducting the TT session. Thank you very much. Now, that is the conclusion of the evaluation session. May I have the timers report, DTM Murali Krishnan.
General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, good evening once again. This time I'm so happy that there are no disqualifications. Congratulations to all of you. DTM Biju Sia took 3 minutes 40 seconds. DTM Anit Kumar took 3 minutes 15 seconds. Toastmaster Bala 3 minutes 8 seconds. DTM Shibu 2 minutes 43 seconds. And Toastmaster Viju 3 minutes 24 seconds. All are qualified. Congratulations, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Murali. And now it is, may I request the Zoom master or vote counter to get ready the voting. In the meantime, may I request the grammarian and grammarian and word master to present your report.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. I'll present my report. So dear friends and Toastmasters, as a Toastmaster community, we generally have a predilection towards fine speech. And it was indeed interesting to hear the speakers who provided some very interesting word usages and quotes as we speak. So I would bring out some of the quick ones that caught my eyes, and that was the use of the word invalid person, even though sometimes it is not politically correct. But in this case, to describe an incapacitated person, a person incapacitated by a chronic illness is very apt usage. It's a new word that I have heard. And there are also some other words which were used, like radical empathy, and some closing remarks like the show must go on. It's very catchy. There was a quote which was used, match the frequency of reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. Indeed, that was an extremely good quote. And not to speak of the extremely catchy title, Who Am I? It really caught my attention, and surely it's a very clever usage as a title. And then I think also another thing which was very interesting is use of illegible sounds to like a word like ba ba ba. And I mean that was very interesting, and it really captured a lot of emotions there. So it was very interesting there. Some other quotes like fear has many faces, that was good. The evaluation session, especially what I saw was some of the evaluators, I don't want to single out anyone here, but some of the evaluators themselves were like in a very, how do you call, speech mode, extremely interesting. Some very valuable nuggets there. And what else? Symphonic speech. I think I'm not sure whether I got it right, but I think that was the word that was used. It was very interesting. And as far as the word of the day was concerned, predilection, we had Madam Toastmaster Vijita, Madam Toastmaster Jyoti, Toastmaster Rameshan-san and DTM Anit-san. They used the word. And all in all, it was a very interesting time for me. The only comments that I want to give is that, yes, English, we have kind of imbibed English into ourselves, even though it's not our first tongue that we speak. But probably, use of fillers we could avoid in some places. Sometimes we use repetition. Even I use fillers and I use repetitions to fill the gap in the chain of thoughts that I have. But probably that's something which we should work on. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Grammarian, for wonderfully conducting that observations and reports. Thank you very much. Now, it is my turn to do my own evaluation feedbacks about the club meetings and the recommendations. About the advanced preparations of the meeting, the communication was sent in advance and the agenda was circulated. That was well conducted, done by the Toastmaster of the day in advance. And about the meeting, we started the meeting on time, and the presidential address. So you set your focus determines reality. The focus that shows the leadership focus is there in this meeting. So you said, as a being the president, you said the right words. Your focus determines. So that was a good beginning of after a break of a couple of months. Then you talked about the 10 DCP achievements and the presidential distinguished club achievements. That itself is a great motivation for the club members. Thank you, everybody, for wonderfully achieving this. It's a pride for each and every member of this club. Thank you very much. And the TMOD started the meeting. The remarks, opening remarks of the TMOD, back to basics. Of course, it is back to basics to everybody, because all of us were busy with the contest, area contest, the division contest, and it is of course achievement for many. We reached up to the district level. It's a great achievement. So back to basics is a motivation again for us. Of course, for me personally, it was a break for me, almost 3 months. Attending after 3 months, it's a great thing. So the theme of today is it's a well spelled out, and the grammarian, the word of today, the word of today is explained the predilection. See, in fact, I did not use this. Is the first time I am using this. Of course, it's a wonderful word, and the speakers. I personally feel that speakers from their own personal experience. So from beginning till the end of their speech, you were able to attract the attention of the audience. So it is your personal experience were very much inspiring each and every speaker. So your own experience inspired all the attendees very well. So the speeches were excellent. The table topic speakers, the table topics subjects, I would like to appreciate the table topic master putting up the slide, the goals, so that reminding or emphasizing what are this focus, important focus things to be focused during the speech. So that was well explained, and good topics, and emotional as well as the current affairs. You have touched both. And of course, I appreciate I was the evaluator, so I mentioned about the table topic speakers. Of course, everybody did a very good attempt. And concluding remark, I recommend one thing I would like to point out is our participation. Today we got 16 members only. So we need to think about how we can improve our participation. Probably this may be an important thing we need to focus all together as our club member or club officials need to think about how we can improve upon this subject. And of course, by bringing more guests today, of course, we got the division director or area director as our guest, but still we need to bring new members, prospective new members as our guest. That is one thing. And one more thing I would like to say about introducing the guest. And if you have any guests, of course, somebody joined in between. If TM Audio or other member can introduce during the break of that session, that need to be that are my recommendations. I enjoyed this general evaluator session. I thank our VP Education for giving me the opportunity. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Viju Raghavan, for the well-conducted evaluation session. A big round of applause to Toastmaster Viju Raghavan and all his team of evaluators. Now we have come to the very, very important part of the meeting, which is to know who the winners are tonight. I know all of you are excited just like me. So can I call upon our vote counter, Madam Toastmaster Shakampri, to announce the winners?
Yes, Toastmaster of the day. The results are ready. I'm sharing the results now. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can, Madam Shakampri.
So the best evaluator for tonight's session is none other than our President, Toastmaster Balasubramaniam. The next table topic speaker, the best table topic speaker for tonight was our DDD sir, DTM Kotishwaran. The best speaker for tonight's session was Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Jain Warrior. Thank you, and over to you, TMOD.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster Shakumbri. So congratulations to all the winners. It was indeed a very exciting session that we witnessed today. So that brings us to the end of the educational session. It was indeed a quality meeting with all the basic ingredients of a great educational session. The inspirational, informative, prepared speeches, the awe-inspiring TT session, the clinically precise evaluation session. Everything was there today. Before I return control back to the president, I would like to remind you the famous quote which Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Live as if you were to die tomorrow and learn as if you were to live forever." So let's keep learning, let's keep growing together as a team, and let us keep coming back to the basics. So stepping into the shoes of the Toastmaster today was a fabulous experience for me. I once again thank our VP Education for giving me this wonderful learning opportunity. Thank you, and over to the president.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster of the Day, Madam Vijita ma'am, for taking us through that edutainment session. From the time it was said that you're going to be the TMOD, it's been fabulous learning how we should be sticking to our basics. There have been times when there were certain ambiguities which were happening as part of the process, but you helped the course set on track by focusing on the basics. As you rightly said, it was a great quality session. Thank you once again, Toastmaster of the Day, ma'am, for taking us through that edutainment session. Thank you. So as we are closing up on the time, I would request our Vice President Education to take us through for the educational updates for the upcoming sessions. Toastmaster Murli Rao, sir.
Thank you, President Bala. So I guess, first of all, congratulations to the team for formally achieving the 10 DCP points. It's a really a big achievement for all of us together here. And with that, I think let's get back to basics. Let's focus on what we are supposed to focus on, which is trying to improve our speech and trying to deliver the message that we want to get across. So with that, I think we will have the next session on the 10th of next month. So we will have the formal session. They're just like normal. We will try to have 4 speeches. I've got the general evaluator and I'm looking for the TM Modi. I've already texted it to one proponent. If somebody wants to pick it up, please feel free to nominate yourself. Otherwise, we have our VP membership who has taken up the GE role for the next session. So the TM Modi, I will announce it, I think, sometime in next week. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Vice President Education Toastmaster Murli Rao, sir, for taking us through that educational updates for the evening. Thank you, sir. From the beginning, it's been always listening to the experts, which has helped us stick back to the basics. So with that note, let me request DTM Shibu Savior, sir, to share his thoughts and reflections, how we should be focusing further with the days and months to come. DTM Shibu, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President, for the opportunity. Mr. President and fellow Toastmasters, once again, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
It's always my pleasure to attend each sessions in Mind Academy. As your tagline says, moving you in the right directions. Yes, Mr. President, you all are moving in the right direction, I'm sure. I was one among the contestants in DELC. I have witnessed some of the powerful speeches from your members. Congratulations to the champion and all the members of your prestigious club. I think some of the members, they can benefit from this, your wonderful platform. All your members, I think they are very talented. Day by day, they are showing their talents. They're multi-talents, I would say. So keep it up. As we are Periyarians, we assure our overall supports. And thank you. Back to you, Mr. President.
With wherever we have moved in the right direction, it's all because of the great support which we have received from you as an individual, also from Periyar Toastmasters Club as well, sir. Thank you. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Pleasure, sir. With that note, I would like to invite our club mentor and ever encouraging individual, DTM Anit Kumar, sir, to share your thoughts and reflections, how we can improve going forward, sticking to our basics, sir. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bala. It's been a pleasure to be here, and it's been a pleasure to hear from you all. The quality of the club has, improved tremendously. We have been seeing you from the start, and the way the speakers are delivering their speeches, how you have evolved, it's been mind-blowing. I can see a champion in each and every one of you, and it's really encouraging to see. And in order to give some points of improvement, already our general evaluator has explained what you must focus on. That is to bring in more members. That's what I would like to say. There is nothing more. The quality has been fabulous. Keep doing the good work and keep continuing. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for those inspiring words, DTM Anicheta. For sure, our membership team will be looking forward to improve our membership base, sir. For sure. Thank you. Thank you once again, DTM Anicheta. So let me take this opportunity to invite our club sponsor, DTM Biju CR, sir, to share your thoughts and reflections, sir.
Good evening, Mr. President, Toastmaster Bala, and dear friends. Good evening to all.
Good evening, sir.
I'm so happy to be in Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. And around 10 months ago, after seeing second or third meeting, I told there are the champions in making from the Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. And it is really proved that now the champions are online. It's not only limited to one. And congratulations, first of all, to Madam Toastmaster Jyoti and the Toastmaster Bala and all other speakers and who has participated in division contest. I think congratulations to all. And best wishes for Toastmaster Bala and Madam Toastmaster Jyoti for next in district. And for the new, as a new club or a nurturing club, the taking the speakers to the level of division and further to the district. It's really amazing, and it's a great job done by the president and EXCOM and all the inspiring members, and you inspire each other, and the wave of that inspirations transferring one to other, and it's really interesting to see. And the family atmosphere of the club is really growing the club further heights, more heights, and I'm sure that sky is the limit. One day there will be a champion of international platform will be from Mind Academy. I'm strongly believing that, and I'm hoping for that. Wish you all the best. Back to.
Thanks a lot, DTM Biju CR, sir, for those really inspiring words and also setting us on course for yet another inspiring journey as well. Thank you, sir, once again for all those supports. And as we are speaking about getting into the division and beyond, here is a man who was very instrumental in helping us being wherever we are. DTM Kotishwaran, sir, your thoughts and reflections and our areas to improve going forward as a club. Over to you, sir.
Mr. President. Okay, let me take quickly 4 points, very quick. First of all, I would like to congratulate for Perfect 10. I don't know, it's a strategy as a monthly 1 point you gained it, or I'm not sure about it. It's really achieving a Perfect 10 in the first year. It's amazing journey. Really, I appreciate this. When I saw today's meeting, it's a rally of seniors versus juniors. If you see the speeches, they're all delivered by almost senior members, and they're all evaluated by junior members. It's a wonderful combination today. If I want to highlight on speeches, all beautiful speeches. One is Jyoti Ma'am talked about mentoring. Meera Ma'am talked about our speech. I would like to call it as 2 minutes short stories. Combination of 4 or 5 2-minute stories, beautifully compiled and delivered today. And of course, Toastmaster Ramesh, he talked about beautiful leadership. And finally, Irshad, I am very, very happy today. You know why? The beautiful suit, you delivered the wonderful speech. I like it. I thank you for considering my humble suggestion. Really, today, you look very awesome, I'm telling you. This was the expectation from you. So wonderful speeches. See, any club, the strength is the evaluation. If you have wonderful evaluators, or you are in that matter, Mind Academy is always good. You are inviting a DTMs for your evaluator speeches. That's really wonderful, because it's not only the analytical point of view, the real area of focus. You'll be just getting in that. And it's a very, very lightful moment of table topics. And general evaluator is also like, he's also did his role fabulously. The Toastmaster of the day, I will not talk about it, because you are all champions. In front of champions, you are dealing the meeting. So this is what I'd like to say about today's meeting. It's a really wonderful meeting, even speeches as well as the evaluation. So my only point is focus more on evaluations. Today, at least personally, I could able to see Bala is a different evaluator today. Maybe I hope that would be because of your journey, in my opinion, if I'm not wrong. Other than that, it's just a fabulous meeting. Now, as rightly someone pointed out, let's keep delivering the speeches, and practically you are coming to the basics, you are coming to the regular meetings. That's a wonderful gesture. Please be continue upon. And of course, whatever you learn, please practice. I would be able to see your mentors, your sponsors, everybody supporting the club. That's really a good show today. With this note, it's always positive to be a part of Mind Academy. So that's an inspiring evening today. Over to you, Mr. President.
Thanks a lot, DDD sir, for those really inspiring words, and also setting the tone on that practice makes things perfect. And for sure, we will be taking that cue for sure, sir. We have slightly overshooted maybe, but no session should be closed without hearing to the man who drives us in the right direction. Our club sponsor, DTM Murli Krishnan sir, please share your thoughts and views, how we should be shaping up going into the next set of weeks, months, and the next year as well. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bala, for inviting me to speak. First of all, I'm really happy today for one thing, because I don't remember me doing the role of a timer for quite a long time. So, and I understand how difficult it is, because I need to be with the time, full time I need to be through. Otherwise, if it's a speech or something, you can go here and there. But this is a tedious process. Thanks for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And congratulations for perfect 10, that too with 2 months to spare. Great job by all means. Hats off to the leadership, hats off to the membership, all of you. Congratulations for the perfect 10, for being the president's distinguished club. Now today, when we look back, we always say, Bala, you remember, right? When we talk to even the next generation, that 21 is a great number. And we tell all of them that you do certain things repeatedly for 21 days and that becomes your habit. And seeing the speeches, seeing the quality that we have demonstrated today, I think that it has become a habit to Mind Academy Toastmasters Club to conduct meeting in a quality way, be it the speeches, be it the TT, and in general, overall time management, everything. And 21 stands it's indeed a great number. We always tell the next generation, the youngsters, that do a certain task repeatedly for 21 days. And like DDD mentions, DDD always tell that the speech has to be in your subconscious mind. That's when it flows naturally. And this is the magic of 21. When you do it repeatedly for 21 times, 21 days, it will be there in your subconscious mind. And I think quality speeches, quality TTs, quality evaluation, it has become something which is there in the subconscious mind of each and every member of Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. Hats off to all of you. Now, 3 key things which I learned today is now, 1, having focus and clarity. 2, being grounded. And 3, as the great Martin Luther King says, by all means, keep moving. Focus determines the reality, back to the basics, and the show must go on. And I think these three factors are the key, not only in this meeting, for all the meetings, and not only in all the meetings, but everything, anything and everything that we do in life. If we have the focus and clarity, if we are grounded, and if we have that attitude of, by all means, keep moving. And that is what is helping us to move forward in the right direction. Hats off to all of you. Congratulations, and wish you all the very best in the journey forward and district, wherever it is we are going. Yes, coming to, we have a feeling now when we look about how we started Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. We started this club as an extension to Mind Academy, okay, to help us enhance the activities of Mind Academy. Now the Mind Academy Toastmasters Club brand has outgrown the actual brand of Mind Academy. That is what the drive is. That is what the inspiration is for all of you as members. Now it's a challenge for us as Mind Academy to run behind or to direction to achieve what Mind Academy Toastmasters Club has achieved so far. Great job by all means, and that is where we should be looking forward for our next team. I think it's a great foundation that has been laid by the current Exicom and the current team. But yes, as the foundation is more strong, then stepping into the shoes of next leadership itself is a great challenge. But Toastmasters leadership and communication is all about taking that challenges and moving forward in the right direction. Wish you all the very best. Back to you, Bala.
Thanks a lot, sir, for those inspiring comments and also for setting the tone right. For sure, we will be catching up as part of Mind Academy in order to catch up with the Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. For sure, sir. We have to do some hard yards, I believe, but I think with you leading us there, I think we should be there soon, if not later. And two quick points as far as the business summation is concerned. There is a debate call request from Divisional Director TM Safir for A-Level Toastmasters Club. I've already got one interested candidate for that. Toastmaster Viju sir has already given his nomination. So two more interested members, if there are there, so we can nominate as part of the club representing in the debate session. So welcoming two more entries, as one has already been done. And also as part of the nomination committee, I've got the, I'm really fortunate to have our club sponsors accepting my request to be part of the nomination committee. DTM Murali Krishnan sir and DTM Biju CR sir. Thank you for accepting the request and supporting me as part of the nomination committee for the next succession team selection process. So as part of the process, there will be an file which will be sent in, so where you can have your first preference and your second preference nominee for each role, starting from president, vice president education till the sergeant at arms or the zoo master. You can nominate in. So there is no specific layers or something like that. Whomsoever you feel is fitted for the particular role, you can put in your first preference and second preference. So the last date for the entry will be 10th of May. Post that, we will be coming back to you in the next consecutive sessions about the subsequent aspects and the process as well. So with that note, I seek the pardon for the team for overshooting by 6 minutes, but it was a great learning being today in the midst. Thank you. See you all in the next session.